all decked out in Jersey Boys red today. That gives you a clue that I am seeing Jersey Boys this evening. I'm going to the evening performance tonight for Jersey Boys at the Trafalgar Theatre, and then tomorrow I'm going to Book of Mormon for the matinee. And I've got a little surprise for tomorrow, so like stay tuned for that because I'm so excited for it, but I'm only going to announce it tomorrow because then it's not really a surprise if I just tell you now. So, remember the last video I did with Connor and how we were going to go to Jersey Boys together? Well, some things came up and he can't go anymore, unfortunately, so I thought let's treat myself with a little evening performance, overnight trip, whatever. So that's what I'm doing. Connor still wants to know my thoughts on the show. As I said, I've got no clue. I've got absolutely no clue. I'm aware it's a jukebox that is set in the 1960s. That's it. And I know that red's a colour in the show. That's literally it. But yes, unfortunately Connor can't come with me, so it's his solo trip to Jersey Boys tonight. Now you might also remember that in the last video I did with Connor, he said that he was going to Book of Mormon on the 17th. The 17th is tomorrow. Again, due to the same circumstances, he can't. So, I bought the ticket from him, so I am in his place going to Mormon tomorrow. That makes sense. Okay, there's not much to talk about. I don't have any artwork, I don't have anything. I don't have anything. I have my coffee. That's about it. I'm down here now because I got awkward. But, you know, I'll definitely see you when I'm there. I'm gonna stop filming now because it's too much. It's too much.
The owners, they're drivers, donuts.
I'm gonna hide in my pit of shame. My voice is going. I'm losing it. I'm also losing it. Okay, I'm gonna be real for a sec. I can't be the only one that gets really ticked off when it gets this dark, this early on. It's not even 5 PM. And I am knackered because it looks like this. Let's just hope that the theatre brings me back to life. It usually does, but this is horrendous. I'm in the hotel, but I'm gonna have to keep this very, very brief because I've got to go to Jersey Boys like right now. But guys, I'm in a different room. Wow. Wow. Guys, I have a double bed. I have a double bed. I wish I could lay on it now, but I can't. Maybe I should have got in earlier. It's literally 6:30 right now, so I've got to go. Yo, I found it. You better be proud of me. That took a lot of effort. Guys, I'm absolutely devastated. They've run out of programs. How? I mean, I know they're closing in January. Connor thinks he might have a spare though, so I can still have something. How? I'm so gutted. At least I don't have anything to carry. I didn't bring a bag with me. It's just me, myself and I. Okay, so this was my seat view. I was in the circle A1. It was a little bit restricted, but with enough leaning forward I could see most of the stage, so it was fine. And because there was no seat behind me, I didn't have to worry about the person behind me. Alright, well, I know why Connor likes it so much, let me tell you that. Holy shit. I can swear now, there's no kids here, it's fine. Plus there's a lot of swearing in the show, so it's valid. It's not like I was about to say last week, it's because I posted it yesterday. That vlog took so long to come out, but I've got my ice cream again because, as I said, we do things right here. Everyone's voices are amazing. Still don't have a program though, but as I said, I don't know if I did say this, but Connor might have a spare one. If there's one thing Connor failed to tell me, it was that I'd cry. Good job, Connor, you win. Okay, tired me. It is time to make my way back to my hotel. Oh look, there's a poster for Jersey Boys. Oh look, there's another one. I was staying in the St. Athens Hotel yet again. I did get some food beforehand, but then I was finally in Euston where I could just lay down and relax because I needed it. Good morning. It's definitely not my best look. I definitely look tired, but I'm in my Book of Mormon shirt for today because I'm seeing the matinee. It's Friday 17th. Now, I'm gonna pop out and get some breakfast really quickly. It's about 8:30. I think I'm gonna do the same thing that I did last time where I got bag storage because I don't want to carry that around all day. Now the surprise that I had, this is really exciting. So I have a reservation at the Theatre Royal Drury Lane for afternoon tea. That is really, really exciting. It's quite pricey, but you know, I've sort of justified it in the way that, you know, you only live once. It's sort of a one-off thing, like you don't do this stuff every single day, obviously. So, you know, I just thought, fuck it. From what I know, it's the only afternoon tea that's set in a theatre, and it's also in the oldest theatre in London. I was looking for an afternoon tea and I found that one and I was like, you know, that's mine. So my reservation's for 12, so I'm not really going to eat that much right now. Probably just like a pot of fruit or something, just to, you know, keep me going a little bit. And yeah, so I'll have a decent amount of time there before Mormon. And I'm really excited about it, because I love afternoon tea. And this one's a bit more untraditional as well, which is interesting, so I can't wait to try it. But yeah, that's the surprise for today. And as I said, I'm going to Mormon today, if you couldn't tell by the shirt. I still don't know where Connor got this shirt. He just kind of sent it to me in the mail. I'm assuming it was Etsy, but I honestly have no clue. Jersey Boys last night was absolutely incredible. Like, genuinely might be one of the best, most emotionally charged shows ever. I really like the way they structure it, and as I said during my little interview ramble, their voices are stunning. Luke's voice especially, like, he has such an amazing vocal range, but obviously, you know, I'll elaborate on Jersey Boys when I'm home, and I do my little review bit, but it was incredible, and the guys were so sweet at stage door, so, you know, if you can get there before January 4th where it closes, please do. I'm going to try, but I don't think it's gonna happen, unfortunately. But, you know, I saw it once, and it's definitely gonna come back. Right? Y'all, I bought something. I bought a bag. It's a duck crossbody bag. I love him so much. I've called him Tony. So Tony is coming with me to afternoon tea. I'm about to check out because I'm going to drop my bigger bag off somewhere. It's a convenience store. I used Stasher. Stasher's a good app to find places that will store your bag for you. It's right by Leicester Square Station, so I can, after Mormon, go grab my bag, get the tube to Waterloo. It's all fine, so I'm gonna do that. And then afternoon tea, which should be really, really, really fun and fancy. I've seen videos, pictures. It's fancy. It's also £59 per adult, and I think it's $35 for children. They also have vegan and gluten-free menus as well, so, you know, fun for everyone. So yeah, you can also add champagne for another tenner, which makes it 69. Wayo, funny number. But yeah, that's just the price points for you in case you decide to do it. He's poking out. I absolutely love him. Okay, so I would soon check out of my hotel and say goodbye to St. Athens once again. Heading outside though, I was very, very self-conscious of my duck bag. Tony. But, you know, that was fine. I may have gone to the McDonald's in Warren Street to get a sugary coffee. You don't need to know about that. Actually, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I didn't have a coffee at all. No, you're imagining things. Anyway, I made it to Leicester Square where I booked bag storage for my heavy bag because I didn't want to carry it around all day. Oh look, the mysterious coffee made another appearance. Wow. Well, I found the Theatre Royal. Fun fact though, it is opposite Operation Mincemeat, which is fun. Nice to see the Fortune Theatre again. But I'm going there. Oh look, the advert's there. Lovely. Well, I'm gonna head inside. I'm a bit early, but who cares? I need the toilet. Seriously, just look how gorgeous this place is. That coffee made my bladder very, very weak, so I went to the bathroom first, and oh my god. The bathrooms are gorgeous. They're gorgeous, but not as gorgeous as this main foyer that you walk into. It's so fancy, I could barely imagine what afternoon tea would be like. So this is the Grand Saloon in the theatre where they host the Regency afternoon tea, and Regency it was. Look at the table setup. Oh yeah, and they give you this cute little welcome drink. It was a jasmine iced tea, which was very refreshing, but look at this place. They were also playing like Regency covers of pop songs, so Bridgerton, so slay. You get unlimited teas and coffees, and I started off with a classic peppermint tea, Portuguese peppermint tea, which was so good with a little bit of sugar. Those little sugar cubes are so cute. But now here's the real backbone of the afternoon tea. This spread was incredible. Okay, on to portrait mode. The first thing I tried was the coronation chicken pie with onion chutney. So tender, flaky, flavorful. Oh my gosh, it was probably my favorite savory thing. Next up was like a savory madeleine with like whipped feta and carrot. At first I was a bit unsure about like the cold savory stuff, but it grew on me, and you can definitely see that in this video. Okay, now it was time for the sweets. Look at this spread. You can see the discarded crumpet with like cream cheese and salmon. I'm sorry, the Earl Grey infused cream cheese didn't really vibe with me. And I did get a coffee to accommodate my cakes. Now this first thing you've seen me try now is the strawberry ice cream sandwich. I love strawberry ice cream anyway, but it was so smooth, it wasn't icy, and it wasn't actually too sweet either. It was just really nice. Now what you've just seen me eat there was the sticky toffee pudding, and that was my favourite of the sweets. It was so good. It came with custard and toffee popcorn. Oh, I just dropped the cake out my mouth. Speaking of the cake, the icing wasn't too sweet, which I love on a cake, because sometimes you get icing and it's like way too sweet. But you know, it was good. I just didn't really know where the passion fruit flavour was. It was supposed to be passion fruit. I didn't taste any. Sorry. Now let's get controversial. Are you cream first or jam first? Personally, I'm cream first. Speaking of the cream, it was so light and airy, and the jam, like preserve, was so sweet. It wasn't like too sweet, but it was sweet and like, oh my god, the scone was so warm and crumbly and soft. It was just amazing. I was ascending. Yeah, I've finished that up. I've got to be quick because I've got to get to Mormon because it's like 10 to 2 and it's about a 10-minute walk. Not too bad, but I will say the service is very good. Loved it. Very relaxing atmosphere. I think I mentioned this in the voiceover, but I don't know because I haven't done that bit yet, but they were playing classical remixes of popular songs, which was nice. I will say on top of the 59 there is an extra service charge of I think about a tenner. I didn't look at the receipt, not gonna lie. And you can leave a tip if you want. I did because it was phenomenal. The service was great. I could never at my job. Okay, let's go to Book of Mormon now. Mad dash to get to the theatre, but I'm in my seat now. Now you might be thinking, oh, you bought the seat from Connor. You're in his favourite seat. Well, I didn't realise. I mean, I know on the booking pages they've moved the seats around, but I didn't realise that was like actually. So seat 1 is now the back one. I guess seat 4 is now the one in front. So I have told Connor that because then his new favourite seat will be seat 4. So you haven't seen this view before then. So stage is there. And I got here pretty late, I will admit. I'm usually an hour early, I'm usually very good, but I'm not today. But I think, you know, being able to relax and have that afternoon tea was really nice. So now I'm just going to enjoy my favourite show in my Book of Mormon top, obviously, because theming. Got Blair as Zelda Price today again, which I'm so excited about because I love the Zelda Price. It's so different, but I really like it. And also I was talking to some of the Jersey Boys guys because obviously Blair used to be a Jersey boy, as we say. And yeah, I'm really excited. Joseph, who is in Jersey Boys right now, is Bob Gaudio, said that he really wants to see Blair as Zelda Price. I was like, you've got to do it. You've got to do it. So I really hope I see Blair afterwards because then I can tell him I finally saw Jersey Boys, because last time I said I feel like a failure, I've never seen it, so that's fun. Also, we've got Colin on as McKinley, which I'm so happy about, because I feel like I need to get used to him. I feel like I love his portrayal, but it's not Stevie. So I'm really hoping that I can adapt to it, because he is a really good performer. And we've got Connor on as Elder Cunningham. I didn't actually check who was Nava. One sec. Yes, so we do have Paige Petty on as Nabalongi today, so we've got a full main cast. Great. Alright, so I guess this is the new Lodge 4 Seat 1 view. I guess if they've moved them permanently, I can lean forward very easily. I just missed like the very, very, very far left. I'm going back to my seat because the show's about to start again, but oh my god, they've settled in so well and they're doing amazingly. Like, I can't believe it. The difference from when I first saw them and they were like fresh on that stage to now is really, really cool. And it's cool to see the growth actually. They're all doing great, as I said. But I'm gonna get back now because Act 2 is about to start. So, see you later. Guys, I'm getting in to know the new cast. So Sam and Isaac, they are lovely. I told them to expect seeing me more, which is true. But I don't know if I'll be able to come back until next year, maybe like late January, early February. But, you know, it's alright. If I can, you know, but my priority is Jersey Boys, because it's closing in January, and if I can, I will, but I don't think I'll be back in Mormon for like a couple months, maybe, or like a month at least, but that's not that long, really. Hello, well, I have never filmed a video like this, the sort of review part of this video, standing up. Truth be told though, my legs are really cold. I don't have trousers on, but you don't need to know that, you don't even need to think about that. I shouldn't have told you that, is what I'm saying, but I am wearing my Book of Mormon Christmas jumper. Because it's finally time that we can talk about Christmas. Because I'm going to the Muppet Christmas Carol on Sunday, I am really excited about that. And I might wear this, or I was thinking a little period costume. But yes, it's the Book of Mormon one that I showed you last year. Pretty much this time last year, actually. It says, I believe I am still a 19-year-old who believes in Santa. So, Jersey Boys! Okay, so this is actually a little bit more fun. I have my laptop, I have the cast list on hand, because if you remember, I couldn't get a program, I don't know why. I know they're closing, but come on. Come on. Mormon ran out of programs on the night of the cast change. Jesus Christ. Cast list to refer to, however, I will say I did have some different people than the ones that are listed here for specific characters, but that's fine. I remember them because I remember who I met after the show. So for Jersey Boys, I'm mainly going to be talking about the four main guys and also the structure of the show because I found it really, really clever. And I know that the female roles probably don't get enough rep in this show, honestly. They don't have the biggest roles, they're usually sort of background actors that interact with the guys a little bit. But there is one that stands out, and that's Francine, who I believe is Frankie's wife and Frankie's daughter's mum. I hope. I'm not looking it up. I think Francine is Frankie's wife. I need to go back to the show. I am planning it for December 16th, so hopefully I will. But yes, I'm going to be touching on those 5 people today. Obviously, again, as I said, different to this cast list, but, you know, we'll get through it. This was our cast list for the show, the evening, and yeah, I'm gonna get into it. Okay, so first up we had Luke Shuri, I think I'm pronouncing that right, as Frankie Valli. He normally plays Frankie Valli, so he was not a cover or a swing or anything like that. He is incredible. He's set up as the kid who joins the group as like the really amazing singer, and oh my god, he is. He really, really is. I don't know like how he does that with his vocal range, but he can go so high and then so low. It's amazing. Like, he was incredible. And the way he acted out more of the sadder bits, like when his daughter dies and he feels like, you know, he didn't spend that much time with her or enough time with her because he was always with the band. He played the emotional scenes so well, and it made me cry. I admitted that in the video. He made me cry. Which for an emotional bit in the show is very important, and also that makes them very talented that they can bring a tear to my eye, because I don't cry at that many like movies and TV shows and shit, so. But yes, he did carry the more emotional scenes so well, and you know, he really brought to the stage the pain of the father, And did he have other children? Because I think he had other kids after his daughter died and then thought, you know what, I'm gonna actually be there as a father, which is also character growth because it's like, you know, he's experienced something bad once with, you know, having a child, and then he's learning and growing as a person, and that's really important. So thumbs up to Luke because he's incredible, and I can't wait to see him again because his singing voice is that good. Also, I think I'm gonna say this for pretty much everyone, so I'm just gonna say it as a general note here. Their voices as, you know, a group of 4 blended beautifully. Like, they're so beautifully well cast for this show that their voices just go together so well and so beautifully. They sounded great as a group, which they're supposed to, you know, they're a hit band. But yeah, I also like the group's chemistry. I mean, obviously they're all very different guys. That's kind of how they set it all up. They're very different people who came together over one common interest, and I think that they do let their differences kind of get the best of them, but, you know, at the end of the day, they do get along, and it's very sweet. So yes, I will also praise all the boys for their chemistry on stage, because it was phenomenal. Now, instead of Declan Egan for Bob Gaudio, we had Joseph Peters on as Bob Gaudio, and he usually plays Bob Crew, who's like the music producer for the whole thing and the whole band, the whole group. But yeah, we had Joseph Peters as Bob Gaudio, and he was incredible. So Bob's kind of the like authority in the group. He's the very sensible one. You know, he kind of keeps things in check. Actually, it is implied and then established that he prefers managing the group instead of actually performing with them, which is shown when it's just him and Frankie, and he's just like, Frankie, you're a solo artist, you need to go do this. He's a very good friend. I need a friend like Bob Gaudio, but, you know, he's a very sweet friend. He's always standing up for his friends as well. He's always pushing them to their limits because he knows they can do it. Like, he's a proud dad to all of the band members, really, but, you know, he was amazing. I loved him. He was probably one of my favourite of the boys besides Frankie, because Frankie's vocals were incredible, as I've said. But Bob Gaudio is amazing. I know that's the character that Blair played, who is now obviously playing Elder Price, but I know he played Bob Gaudio, and I can totally see it. You know, I really can. As I said, voices blend beautifully, and he mixes so well with the other cast members, even though he doesn't usually play Gaudio. So props to him. So here we have an interesting one. Peter Nash as Tommy. Tommy was an interesting character to me because he's a very flawed character. You know, he's not the best person, really, let's just say that. But he kind of started the band. He kind of got them all together in the first place, you know? And, you know, he was the catalyst to a lot of arguments that happened in the show. You know, he was always going to jail, which, you know, didn't help. But, you know, his chemistry with the bandmates still worked. Like, you could really tell that he was really their friend. And most of the stuff he really did, he couldn't really, you know, control himself over because, like, he's always been that way, so he doesn't want to change for his friends, you know what I mean? And he's also the one that opens the show with the whole monologue bits, which I will talk about later because the structure was very clever. As I said, his voice blended beautifully. He wasn't in the show that long because obviously he is the first member to leave the band, I think I'm getting that right. He's the first one to leave, but that's because he gets sent to jail, so. But yeah, he's kind of like the total opposite to Gaudio in the way that he's very not the mature figure in the band. Like, he's very childish, he's very whiny, you know, he sort of wants everything to go the way he wants it to. But, you know, he's a flawed character. We love flawed characters here, and flawed characters who get kind of a redemption but not really are also some of my favourites because flawed characters mostly don't deserve, like, full redemption. So I did really like his character in the show because it was very dynamic and interesting, and he played him really well. Also the accents. Man, the accents were so good. So the final cover we had on was Andy Bark, who played Nick Massey. And Nick is a weird one. He kind of seems like the guy who doesn't really want to be in the band, but, like, he wants to be there for his friends and he wants to do something with his friends, but not necessarily this. I mean, there's always that running joke through the show where he talks about starting his own group, which is quite funny, or like going off to be a solo artist because he can't deal with the bullshit of his friends. Mostly Tommy. Nick gets very, very angry at Tommy during the show because it does show, like, really the heartbreak that friends go through, and, you know, when they have their reunion at the end, it's really special because they haven't seen each other for decades, probably. I mean, I don't know when it is. I wasn't really paying attention to the years. I know it's a true story. Maybe before next time I'll look into it a little bit more. But Nick was he was the driving force, I think. You know, he was the one who was actually keeping them together, you know, by sort of pointing out each other's flaws and all of that, so that they could sort of come to terms with it and accept it. He was sort of the driving force of their friendship. And honestly, I really loved him. He was great. He had the deeper voice of all the boys. Again, voice blended beautifully. It was amazing. So, talking about Francine, we had Rosie Needham as Francine. Okay, Francine is Frankie's wife, also mother to Frankie's daughter that they lost. When she first meets him, she's very sassy, very like, you know, she sort of throws herself on him a little bit. Because let's be honest, Frankie Valli is really attractive, who wouldn't? But despite her being very like sarcastic and funny and sort of the comedic relief and also what Frankie needs in his life, like Luke did, she dealt with the emotional scenes so well. However, when they had the argument about their daughter and Frankie not seeing her enough, you know, instead of getting upset, she just got really, really angry. But, you know, I think the actress portrayed it in the way that that's the only way she can control her sadness, you know, it just comes out as anger. And they dealt with it so well and they connected so well as, like, husband and wife on stage that you could really see it. Because they had, you know, the little romance at the start and then things start to get a bit rough and they're getting angry at each other and upset and everything. And, you know, their family life isn't working out the way they hoped and everything kind of falling to pieces. And she's kind of the force that picks him back up again and makes him think, you know, I want to be a better dad. And then obviously the whole thing happens with his daughter. But you don't really see Francine's reaction to that, which honestly I think is okay. You know, like, you know she's going to be upset, and at that point the show is mainly focusing on the band and the singers, and it's also mainly focusing on the fact that Frankie feels like he has failed as a father. So having Francine not there makes it hits so much harder because he has no one. You know, his wife doesn't even want to talk to him at that point, and it's heartbreaking, really. Right, we're getting to show structure town. I love this. I love being able to move around the space. My bed's not made at all. Anyway, show structure. I loved it. They all have their own monologues throughout the show of how things are going, their own perspective on the situation. And all of the monologues, they merge together but from different perspectives. And then at the end they all come out one by one and conclude their own monologue stories, which is really special because they all get round of applauses afterwards, and I love that. It's so cool. Honestly, that's all I wanted to talk about with the structure. It's a very clever show. It's extremely clever. Is that it? Have I said everything? I don't know. I'm panicking. I saw it so long ago now. It's November 27th and I saw it on the 16th. That's not bad. That's not actually that bad. Okay, no, I'm being dramatic. Alright, so next time I see you, I've already filmed this video actually. I've already been to Moulin Rouge, but I'm editing that video next, so that's the one you'll see next coming up when I saw Dom in Moulin Rouge as Christian, which was so exciting. And yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna squeeze in another Mormon trip. I might be able to, I might not, but we'll see. Anyways, see you in the next one, and peace out. I can't death drop, okay, I was gonna try. I can't, my knees. Why am I still doing this? Why am I still here? Right, bye-bye.